Tension between Burkina Faso and US continue to escalate. What's up, my people? It's me, Kevin, again. This is where we talk matters about Africa. Hit a subscription button and don't forget to like and give your comment below. Yeah, the US administration has been demanding or requesting some African country to keep their deportee. And the recent African country were Rwanda, Uganda, who keep their immigrant from US who are some bad record or criminals to keep them, but they are not African national or either black. So US has requested also Burkina Faso to keep the immigrant. Burkina Faso has refuses and said that this diminish Burkina Faso image to the world. Now US has retaliated and restrict Burkina Faso national to get a visa.
Tensions are rising between the United States and Burkina Faso after the West African country refused to accept a US deportee. The decision has sparked a serious diplomatic dispute, leaving both sides cautious and observers concerned about the impact on bilateral relations. The US government has responded by suspending all embassy activities in Burkina Faso. Officials cited serious concerns over diplomatic cooperation after repeated attempts to repatriate the individual were blocked by Burkinabe authorities. The suspension affects routine consular services, visa processing, and other diplomatic functions. Communication between US diplomats and local officials has become limited, raising fears of a broader fallout. US authorities emphasize that the move is temporary but necessary to ensure the safety of embassy personnel. Washington is closely monitoring the situation while considering possible next steps to resolve the dispute. Burkina Faso has not released an official statement explaining its refusal, though analysts suggest that frustration with US policies and actions in the region may have influenced the decision. Some experts note that the move could signal a shift in Ouagadougou's approach to foreign relations and a desire to assert greater independence in diplomatic matters. The standoff has already drawn attention from international observers, who warn that the diplomatic deadlock could affect security cooperation and foreign aid programs between the two countries. Humanitarian programs, joint military initiatives, and development projects may face delays or complications if the situation continues. Both governments are now under pressure to manage the dispute carefully. Any escalation could have wider implications for US engagement in West Africa and for Burkina Faso's relations with other international partners. The world is watching closely as Washington and Ouagadougou weigh their options, with the next steps likely to determine the future of their diplomatic ties.
Other African countries already have accepted the immigrant from the US, but Burkina Faso has been the first African country to say categorically that they will not accept this. This will diminish their image to the world. They say that if these immigrants were African descendant, it could be easy. But these other people, these immigrants are coming from other American nations, the North American nations. So they feel like these people should be taken to their respected country to be kept there. So what do you think about this move? Should Africa continue accepting the immigrant from the US, or should Africa refuse? What's your opinion about this? How do you see about this shift of immigrant thing, bringing this immigrant to Africa to be kept in all African countries? Because as it goes, US is requesting Africa countries one by one to take some immigrant, either 10 or 20 or whichever the agreement. But at the end of the day, US want African country to keep to accept these immigrant, all African country to accept immigrant. So what do you think about this? Let me hear from your comment. What approach should African country take about this issue? See you then.